So we are on our way to go purchase our tickets for Megacon 2016. Woo!
Tyrion Fordring, aka the greatest weapon in Paladinhood ever. In fact, I get it next expansion, but like that's like the real deal. That's pretty awesome. I think I'll. Oh my gosh.
The droid parade.
Chopper. That's what's up.
Podington, so listen for more things like we can play together. Okay, I would probably recommend you guys.
This is super difficult not to spend money at this place. There's so many things I want to buy, but unfortunately I'm a poor boy from a poor family.
Yeah, he's trying to decide if he wants to buy the realistic Ashbringer for $250.
Despite, like the guy
sword.
says, everybody's gonna have one come Legion.
Yeah, but nobody's gonna have a real one.
That's true.
We're gonna have one in game, but this will make you a real life paladin.
So I can smite those level 1 raccoons that hide in my backyard. That's awesome! That's cool! That's amazing! That's the coolest thing I've seen all day! Oh my gosh, I'm so happy!
So we've seen lots of different things. There's a ton of famous people here, comic book artists, voice actors. There are so many people here. It's almost a little bit culture shock. It's been a long time since I've been to a convention. So being around this many people, it's interesting. There's lots of like different ages, like real little kids and teenagers and adults and even old people, yeah. So
there was an old superhero, supervillain group making their way across the aisle, and unfortunately their wheelchairs and walkers got stuck on one of those little protective covers for wires and cables, so they couldn't even proceed across the rest of it. They made a joke of it, of course, and took pictures. But I mean, it's absolutely awesome that like people of all ages managed to get in on it.
has been trying to decide if he wanted to buy the Ashbringer all day. One guy was wanting it for $250, We just found a vendor that had the very same sword and he was selling it for $185. So he's taking the jump and buying it. Congratulations, you get to carry that big ass thing around for the next 3 hours.
Okay.
How does that make you feel?
I'm just gonna do it with this big, happy, stupid grin on my face.
Of course you are. So now that Joe has got himself a giant sword, we get to walk around with it all day. Oh, about 3 hours. But I feel like it's my turn to make some kind of brash, expensive purchase. So we'll see.
That totally tickles my inner child. That's all pen and paper. Can't find your own mind.
All day, and it's about 4 o'clock. There's only about another hour to the convention, and instead of walking around the vendors another time, we decided we're gonna sit and just crash a panel. This is the R2D2 builders panel, so this is gonna be interesting. So it's only about 10 minutes left, so we're gonna be heading out. I think we have to go over there to that looks like the walkway. But I finally got my impulse buy, which actually buys. I bought more things and spent less money, but it was a lot of fun. I bought a sketchbook. It's pretty big. I see this company all the time at different Ren Fests, and they've got these beautiful like leather-bound journals with really nice watercolor paper in them, and I've never bought one, and now I did. I'm a bit of a draftsman, so I'll be able to put that to good use. Oh, sorry. Okay. I also bought myself a necklace because I'm a girl and I like shiny things like jewelry. But I found out that apparently the night I was born was a full moon, and not a lot of people get to say that. So I bought my birth moon. Lots of fun, good times. So, initial thoughts about Megacon.
It was cool. It was fun.
Cool.
Yeah. We kind of had impromptu attendance this year.
Yeah.
Next year probably be a little bit more organized and have more spending monies. And but yeah, it was actually pretty fun. Good time.
Yeah, we were talking about cosplaying, but it didn't really happen. It was kind of late, kind of not planned well. There's SuperCon coming up soon, so maybe we'll cosplay for that. I don't know. My initial thoughts about Megacon, a lot of stuff going on. Not as many like merch vendors as I thought there was gonna be. A lot of art vendors and comic books. which is fine. I mean, it's a comic book convention, but I've been to a good bit of conventions years and years ago. I kind of got out of conventions once I stopped cosplaying, but so I was surprised that there just weren't a lot of merch. There was a lot of art. My biggest complaint was basically just the way that they ran the tickets. It was ridiculous. They had 3 booths taking card and 2 booths taking cash, which is fine, which is normal, but the line that we ended up getting into, it was one woman trying to service 2 lines that were really long.
And it was a debit card line, not just a cash line.
Yeah, and it was one of only, what was it, like 6 or 8 lines that were taking card, and they were packed, whereas the cash lines were totally empty. It would have made more sense to, you know, open up one of the other lines for cards and just get everyone in faster.
What I don't agree with is the additional $10 on parking on top of that. We're from South Florida. There's not really much as far as public transportation. So expecting people to bus in is kind of ludicrous. And I mean, you kind of expect people to drive to the event, you know, at this point. And I mean, the parking lot's a good, you know, half empty still. And that's kind of a bit, you know, much to tack another $10 on top of the park or the top of the ticket price.
And frankly, the parking lot's a good half. It's a
close to a
long
mile
walk.
probably. Yeah, we had to go through several concourses, across several roads, you know, on skywalkways, and it's a good trek.
Yeah, and paying $10 to then have to walk half hour to the actual event is kind of crazy. And there's people parked even further away than us. So that was my biggest complaint. Other than that, I think it was a pretty good time, and we'll probably do another follow-up. This was kind of our initial first thoughts, first reactions. So we'll see you guys around.